Good evening and welcome to this session of the Board of Studies live learning classes conducted by the Board of Studies of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. So we continue with our discussions on the preliminary definitional topics. I have seen a lot of names here. So happy that you're all here. Welcome. And one person, Mr. Ishan, has asked a question. I'll come to that point. I think, let me explain one thing. I just want you to agree to what I'm saying. Do not confuse yourself with other types of bodies corporate here. Okay. This is the best connection I have today. Good evening again. And there seems to be some issue with the internet connection as usual. That always happens in these online sessions. So kindly bear with me. In case there is any problem, just keep quiet. That's all. Nothing else I can do nothing. I have only two connections and I have use the best one now. So the other connection is the problem. So if you see any problem in my internet connection, please, now I can do nothing about it. So don't waste my time, your time. Chances are this will be videotaped on YouTube. Now you can watch that. Don't worry. What? So now coming to the point, Ishan Bist was asking about body corporate. Now, the word body corporate is defined. Their intention is they want to include company incorporated outside India under body corporate. That means other things are already there now, which means what? Company incorporated in India is body corporate. Agreed. LLP is also body corporate. LLP is also body corporate. Like that. So the point I am making is body corporate is a bigger term. It includes both Indian company and foreign company. Whereas company is a limited meaning. Please concentrate. This is the most important point you have to understand. Company means only Indian company. So in the Act, when you find the word company, it means only Indian company. Please, that is all you have to understand here. Whereas if the word body corporate is used, foreign company or company incorporated outside India is also included. That is all. So that is why I said all bodies corporate are companies, meaning what? But that's wrong, because LLP is also a body corporate. I agree. I bow to you. I agree with you. But so leave that point. What you need to understand is, see, that was a generic statement I made. Don't be too literal about it. See, body corporate is a bigger term. It includes two types. One is company incorporated in India, company incorporated outside India. Whereas company is a restrictive meaning only company incorporated in India. That is all you need to understand. Whereas the word body corporate is bigger term. It includes LLP, it includes the cooperative society, every type of body corporate. Whereas they specifically exclude cooperative society, meaning only cooperative society is excluded. No other body corporate is, which means LLP is also a body corporate. So please understand, body corporate is a bigger term, of which company is a one meaning. Company itself will include both company incorporated in India and company incorporated. But for the purpose of this Act, the word company is restrictively defined. In the Act, in this Act, if the word company is used, it only means company incorporated in India. Incorporated outside India, not included. That is all you have to understand. So don't worry about my statement. I will take it back. That statement, see, a smart student will understand it. But if you are being very literal and saying, sir, LLP is also body corporate, I totally agree with you. What I was trying to say was, body corporate is a big term. It includes Indian company and company corporate outside India. So that if in that sense, if you are willing to understand, little intelligently, if you understand, you will say all companies corporate. All companies are bodies corporate. But all bodies corporate are not company. That's what I was trying to say. Okay. Leave it. So that you need not bother. My statement, you leave it. That statement, you let it go. If we will only get confused. Maybe I made a wrong statement. My mistake. Leave it. Ishan ji, maaf kar dijiye. You let it go. So, simple point, sir. Body corporate है बड़ा concept है. Company छोटा है. Company सिर्फ incorporated in India. Body corporate includes company outside India also. So in the Act, if you see the word body corporate, incorporated outside India also included. If you see only company, only Indian company. This much you put it into your brain, that's enough. Okay, got it? Thank you, Ji. Now, moving on, we already seen all this. Shareholder becomes contributory at the time of winding up. Now, member becomes contributory at the time of winding up. The word member is defined in the Act. The word member is defined in the Act. We'll be seeing it again. When we come to share capital and debentures, we will see the definition of member again. Member is defined. The word shareholder is not defined. The word shareholder is not defined. It is used, but sometimes, without defining, these buggers use it now. In those days, the word shareholder will never be used. The entire Act, you will find only member. Member is defined, meaning subscriber to the memorandum, every other person who applies in writing and whose name is entered in the register of members, whose name is updated in the records of a depository. These are the three categories. Definition, member. Who is a shareholder? Anybody who buys the share and holds it becomes shareholder. Even though his name may not be updated or entered in the register of members or updated in the records of a depository. So shareholder is a term meaning he has purchased the shares, he has become the owner, but he is not a member. His name has not been entered in the register of members. So later on, when you come to share capital and debentures, we will talk about transfer. So once the transfer is intimated to the company and it is entered in the register of members, he will become member. Till such time, he is only shareholder. Okay, there is one more concept. There is a guy who sold the share, but his name is still in the register of members. Why? Because the buyer has not intimated to the company. Till such time, what happens? This fellow is not a shareholder because he has sold the share. Now, he is not a shareholder, but he is a member because his name is entered in the register of members. It's a little conceptual, that's all. So here I can use the term, All members are not shareholders. All shareholders are not members. There could be some people who are member and shareholder. But majority will be both member and shareholder, meaning they purchase the share, they are holding it. Also, their name is entered in the register of members. There could be a few people who have purchased the share, but they have not been entered in the register of members because they have not intimated or some problem or document, something is there. Is not. They are shareholder, but not member. Another guy sold the share, he signed the transfer form, he intimated everything, but the buyer did not intimate the company. Therefore, this guy continues to be in the register of members, member, but not shareholder. That guy becomes a shareholder. Now, $1 million point, Suniya, please. Under the Companies Act, only member has the rights. Shareholder means, how do I know when you are a shareholder? Unless you tell me. Unless you intimate the transfer and I register your name in the register of members, you are not. So, notice of AGM, only to member. Dividend, only to member. You got it? Every right only member can exercise. Shareholder is only a term. That is why very puristic people like me, we will not use the term shareholder. We will always use the word member. Unless we intend a shareholder, meaning a man who has purchased but whose name is not entered in the register. Otherwise, I would always like to use the word member, which is defined in the Companies Act. Okay, so it would not be correct to use them as absolute synonym. Member and shareholder, one and the same. No, slight differences. I hope you understood the difference. Kushi Gupta, I will speak slowly. Don't worry. You should also pick up. Okay. I'll go slowly. I'll go slowly. See, Tiwari, don't waste your time. My connection is bad today. Don't waste your time. Just adjust and listen. It will get corrected. Inshallah, it will get corrected. Don't keep on informing. There is a problem today. Ashto, there is a problem. Let us, from next class onwards, I will begin with a prayer. Invariably, in the last session, I used to begin with a prayer. Sahana vavatu, sahana bhunaktu, sahaviryam karavavahai, tejas vinavadhitamastu, ma vidvishavahai. So that and Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So that there should be no disturbance to our learning. I used to tell that prayer. Again, I will start using that prayer from now on. So Kushi says, don't speak fast. Slowly. Member means a person whose name is entered in the register of members. The original subscriber to the memorandum, member. Agrees in writing to become member and whose name is entered in the register of members is a member. Okay. Also, every person holding shares of the company and whose name is entered as a beneficial owner in the records of a depository, right? They are all member. I explained the difference between member and shareholder. Got it? Shareholder purchased the share, but name not entered in the register. Or so he's a shareholder, but not member. When his name is entered in the register of members, he will become member and shareholder. Once he sells the share, he will not be a shareholder, but till his name is removed from the members register, he will be member. See, member only, Kushiji, listen, Suniana, I am going very slow. Member only is entitled to dividend, notice of annual general meeting, all notices, all rights are exercised by member. So I'm not saying don't. Try to avoid using the word shareholder. Prefer to use the word member while writing answers. Most sections use the word only member, with few exceptional sections in the new law where stupidly they use the word shareholder because that is not defined, and the two not very important sections. Main sections use the word member. Member is defined in the Companies Act. I cannot teach in Hindi at all. Don't even make that request to me, Keshavji. Go well. Don't even make that because simple. I do not know Hindi. 1. 2. The audience listening and attending this session are all not Hindi speakers. Then I'll have to speak in Malayalam, I'll have to speak in Telugu, I'll have to speak in Tamil. How many languages? So English is the mode of teaching. Let's get that clear from the first class. Okay, don't even expect. 1, 2, third and more important point to you, Mr. Keshav Goyal, in the long run, if you pick up English, it is good for you. I am not trying to say Hindi is not big and all. Hindi is very important. Tamil bhi acha language hai. All our mother tongues are great languages. But in a country like ours, if we need to communicate with each other, it will be preferable to have a common language, which is, in this case, English. Kindly, and my appointment letter clearly says language of teaching is English. So I will not. Did you notice one thing? As a respect to you people who cannot understand English so well, I am trying to use some Hindi words occasionally. But there is a limit to my knowledge of Hindi. So kindly bear with me. If such an expectation is there, maybe I am not the right teacher for you. Maybe you need a teacher who will teach you only in Hindi. There are people like that, I'm sure, who will speak in Hindi and teach. I am not such a speaker. I am not such a... More so, there are other students here who may not understand Hindi, like me. For them, it may not be good. So, please understand, Keshav. Your expectation is correct. Hindi is the most important language in the country. You are all great. But in this one case, the teacher cannot speak that language. But the teacher knows company law. So, if you want company law, please try to concentrate on what I'm saying. Learn new English words. Try to become fluent in one more language, which is a world language, which could be of some use to you in the long run. Think about it. What do you say? Okay. You are there. I am here. You are asking me to come down to you. No. You come up to me so that you will be benefited. Okay. Sorry for this elaborate comment, but this is not meant only to Keshav Goyal. I am addressing everybody because this is typical of first 2 sessions in intermediate. Student want Hindi mein, Hindi se bol rahe. It is not going to happen. It cannot happen for the simple reason. Hey, if I ask you to speak in Malayalam, can you speak? Yeah. If you don't know how you will speak. Do you remember Tare Zamin Par? That fellow, he cannot understand what it is. See, I am like that. Like, think of me as an autistic child. I cannot speak your language. I am a Buddhu. Okay. But I can speak English. So please try to come and understand. I am not from Trichy. Okay. I am from India. Darshan is keeping on asking, are you from Trichy? Are you from Trichy? I am not from Trichy. I am from Assam. I am from West Bengal. I am from Odisha. I am from Andhra Pradesh. I am from Kerala. I am from Karnataka. I am from Madhya Pradesh. I am from Jharkhand. I am from Chhattisgarh. I am from India. Okay. No state. Nothing. I have traveled all over this country. I belong to this country. This country belongs to me. Okay. I am also from Tamil Nadu. Right? Yeah. This is a suggestion from a senior person who is 57 years old, traveled all over the world and in this country. I have traveled extensively across India, for which I have developed a certain pidgin Hindi, which I can speak to servants and vehicle drivers and all. I aage chalo, piche chalo, daine, ruk. That type of Hindi I have picked up only for my traveling. So I cannot speak in. Okay. Chalo. Now, moving on, we have to go very fast. We are missing. It's okay. This is the initial stage classes and thing. So moving on. Thank you, Mr. Jeevan Kishore Bhaskaran. Moving on. Kinds of companies became public company, right? Private company means the company having a minimum share capital. We saw that. We saw the 3 conditions. We also saw the, problem that we did. And thank you, Divyanshi. Okay, now come to holding company, where we stopped last class. Now we will continue where we stopped. Holding company in relation to one or more subsidiary companies. So, the relationship of holding company has reference to subsidiary company. So, if a company has subsidiary, then it is a holding company. If a company has if it is having subsidiary, it is holding company. So it's like asking, who is a father? One who has children is a father. Who is a father? One who has children is a father. So to define father, we have to say, if he has children, he is a father. Now, who is a child? That we have to see. Who is the child? That is, what is the subsidiary? For that, I need to help you understand certain other terms which are defined. Because we will be using these terms in the subsidiary card definition. So, voting right means the right of a member of a company to vote in any meeting of the company or by means of postal ballot. Later on, we will be talking about management and administration. Management and administration, right? At that time, the teacher will talk to you about voting right again. But the word voting right is defined here. Now, when a member attends the meeting of a company, member, shareholders meeting, general meeting, he has a voting right. Now, that voting right is based on the number of shares that he has. Initially, you'll be learning all this when you come to management administration. Initially, it will be by show of hands. Initially, by show of hands. On show of hands, one man, one vote. But the minute a poll, P-O-L-L, poll is requested, then everybody will be given a piece of paper and they will say yes, no. Now, the minute we go for a poll, one share, one vote, which means if I am having 100 shares in my paper against the resolution, if I put yes, that means it is not one yes, it is 100 yes. So another man has 1,000, then there is 1,000 yes. So those will be counted. The number of votes in favor will be taken. Means on a poll, P-O-L-L, number of votes equal to number of shares. Same logic, instead of coming to the meeting and voting on a poll, they may send their decision by post or even by electronic means. Today it is possible. Whatever it is, once I confirm that I am for the resolution, the number of votes will be equal to the number of shares that I hold. Okay, so that is why company form of organization, the democracy is totally different. See what happened, Keshavji, in those days, listed companies, started having 2 lakh members, 3 lakh members like that. Reliance had so many members. So calling all of them for a meeting and, giving them jalebi, jangri, it took a lot of money. So companies went to the minister and said, like, you can do something. So they said, you have postal ballot, meaning what? 30 days before the decision, ballot paper to all of them by post and with self-addressed stamped envelope. Then let him decide, note, and send it back to you by post. Then there will be a scrutineer who will collect all the covers, then open it, and then count the number of votes, and he will announce the result. Costless, very simple. Still there is a cost, postage, etc. But cheaper than calling. One more thing, this way, by postal ballot, every member will get a right to, will get an opportunity to vote. Means he doesn't have to spare his time. He can sit at home, simply tick, put it in the cover, paste it and send it. That is called postal ballot. You will study this in detail when you come to management and administration, in detail. Today, even postal ballot is not used. Why? Because today we have email. Once you have registered your email, if you want to buy a share in a listed company, or you want to hold shares in, if you want to hold shares in a listed company, you will have to, if you want to hold shares in a listed company, you have to have a DP, depository participant account, DP account. That DP will create an account for you with the depository. At that time, you will give your email ID now. That becomes the official email ID. All companies where you have share, they will access that email ID. All communication will come to you to that email ID only. You are agreeing to it. The minute you apply for shares through a DP ID, you are agreeing to the message coming to this email only. The company need not send it to anybody. So today, instead of postal ballot, we prefer to send you a link to the website. If you follow the link, you will get the ballot paper online, on screen, virtual ballot, where you will enter your decision and submit. That's all. Voting over. Whatever it is, on a poll or postal ballot or virtual voting, one share, one vote. That is called voting right. Now, if you have understood this, more about DPID when we come to share capital and debentures. If you want to be a owner of a share, you cannot hold it. In those days, you hold it in physical form. Today, you cannot hold it in physical form. You have to hold it in digitalized or dematerialized form. For that, just like you have a bank account, you should have a DP account. In your bank account, your money is there. Na? When you go to your bank app, you see na, debit 1 lakh, credit 10,000, whatever you spend, like that. Similarly, for your shares also, there is an electronic account that is maintained by the DP, for which you have to open. Just like you have to open a bank account, you have to open a DP account. So this is in simple terms. More about it when we come to share capital and debentures. Hope you got a fair idea of what I am trying to say. Now, once you understood voting right, it is possible to talk about total voting power. Now, on a poll, one share, one vote. So what is the total voting power? Total number of shares. Meaning the total number of votes which may be cast in regard to that matter on a poll. Got my point? That is why I explained to you. On a poll, one share, one vote. So, if all the votes are cast on a poll, how many votes will be cast? Simple. ABC Limited has 2 lakh shares of rupees 10 each. Paid up capital, 2 lakh shares of rupees 10 each, fully paid up. Now, what is the total number of votes? Boss, if everybody attends and they all vote on a poll, kitna vote hai? Sub total 2 lakhs. So that is the total cast which may be cast in regard to that matter on a poll at a meeting of a company. If all the members are present and voting, whether by themselves or by proxy, etc., the total number of votes which can be cast may be cast. Cast means exercised. Cast, C-A-S-T, casting vote means exercised. If all the members attend, either may attend in person or their proxy may come and vote at the meeting, whatever. If all the votes are cast, how many votes will be cast? That is the total voting power. Now, see, the problem with this topic is, if immediately you will ask me, sir, what is proxy, sir? You are absolutely entitled to ask, but I cannot explain now because for that complete management and administration topic, I have to teach. So don't worry, you will get more knowledge on proxies at the time of management and administration. Who is a proxy? What is a proxy? What the proxy can do? What the proxy cannot do, etc. Proxy is a person who attends the meeting on behalf of the member for the purpose of voting. Proxy is the person who attends the meeting on behalf of the member only for the purpose of voting. So he will come, stand, he will ask for a poll, get the paper, vote, close, give, go. That's all. That is the job of a proxy. Instead of member coming in person, he is sending his proxy. Demat account is maintained with a depository. Depository is like the bank. Demat account is like the bank account. When we come to share capital and debenture, I will tell you everything. Don't worry. It is not as if it will not be taught. It will be taught. In those days when shares are held in, yes, it could be stolen. It could be stolen. Kerala, there was a huge rain, no? Floods were there. Kerala, at that time, it could get washed away. So many things could happen to physical shares. That is why we moved to dematerialization, which is one of the best things that happened to the Indian capital markets. Right? More about it when we come to that. Postal ballot means voting by post, which I explained to you. This is only definition. what is postal ballot, how it is to be conducted, etc., will be taught when you come to management and administration. Now, I have consciously included these three words here. Why? Because these are going to be used in this definition of subsidiary company. That is why I am doing. So you will notice that I am consciously changing the order. Knowingly I am doing it. Which is why, this topic, if you're going to prepare using the Board of Studies material, if you are highly intelligent, you can mug up the whole thing, no problem. But if you, like me, you want to understand and study, then this will be very boring for you. So better you go through the way I am doing it. And if at all you want to keep track, do an audit of my class. You keep ticking and finally say, sir, these topics are not covered. Fantastic. Those definitions alone will be covered in future topics. Don't worry. Okay. Subsidiary has been defined. Subsidiary in relation to any other company, that is to say the holding company, means a company in which the holding company, subsidiary in relation to any other company, that is to say the holding company, means a company in which the holding company. So they are saying, hey, there is a company called holding company. Okay. That holding company is having a relationship with this company. If these relationships are subsisting, this company is a subsidiary. So what is the first condition? Either this or that. So controls the composition of the board of directors. Controls the composition of the board of directors. That is, the holding company has certain right. If that right is exercised, it has the power to appoint or remove all or a majority of the directors. So the holding company has some power. By exercising that power, the holding company can appoint or remove all or a majority of the board of directors of the subsidiary. If such a possibility is there, then the company which can do so is the holding company. The company whose board is controlled is the subsidiary. I'll give two examples. What are these power? Exercise of some power exercisable by it. The composition of the company's board of directors shall be deemed to be controlled by another company if that other company, by exercise of some power exercisable by it, at its discretion. Discretion means it doesn't have to take permission from anybody. You are having discretion means you need not take permission from anybody. You are free to do what you want. So without any control by anybody, it can exercise a power. By exercising that power, it can appoint or remove all or a majority of the directors. One example, AB Limited and PQR Limited are having a JV, joint venture. So they form a joint venture company, AB and PQR. They call it AB PQR Limited, joint venture, AB PQR Limited. Now, their joint venture agreement, now there is a clause in the joint venture agreement which says AB Limited can appoint majority of the board of directors of AB PQR Limited. As per the joint venture agreement, AB Limited can appoint majority of the board of directors of AB PQR. The joint venture company ka naam AB PQR. In that joint venture company, AB PQR, AB Limited can appoint majority of the board. Let us say AB PQR is having 5 directors. Then by which AB Limited can appoint 3. So this is an example for control of the composition of board of directors. Now, shareholding wise, AB may hold 50%, PQR may hold 50%, which means by shareholding, it is not a holding company. But as per the joint venture agreement, AB can appoint majority. Because of that, AB PQR is a subsidiary of AB. This is one example. I'll give you some more examples with diagram a little later. Right now, the first condition, if the holding company is controlling the composition of the board of directors, this is called de facto. De facto. D-E-F-A-C-T-O. D-E-F-A-C-T-O. De facto holding company. What is the meaning of de facto? De facto means in fact, meaning in terms of shareholding, they are not having majority, only 50, exactly equal, half. They're not having more than that. But in reality, they can control 3 people here now. So all decisions at the board level, they are able to control. Therefore, de facto, it is the holding company. 2. Second, this is de jure in law. Meaning, actually, I am holding shares. I am controlling total voting power. Exercises or controls more than one half. So 50.5 or 50.01 percentage. It should be more than that. So more than one half of the total voting power, either at its own or together with one or more of its subsidiary companies. So de jure means holding company is controlling more than one half of the total voting power, either at its own or together with one or more of its subsidiary companies. For example, there is a Limited. A Limited is there. A Limited is holding 30% of the votes, shares. A Limited is holding 30% of the shares of C Limited. A Limited is holding 30% of the shares of C Limited. A Limited has a subsidiary, meaning there is another company in which it is having more than 50% shareholding. That company is holding another 30% in C Limited. A is the holding company of B. B is holding 30%. A itself is holding 30%. Now, together with its subsidiary, it is holding 60, more than one half. So, A Limited becomes the de jure holding company of C Limited. Kyun? Because A Limited 30, its subsidiary B Limited another 30. See, alone they are not holding more than one half, but together, holding and another subsidiary together, they are holding more than one half. So C Limited now becomes a subsidiary. Got it? Now use the word control, and that's exercises or controls. The word control, they have used it, means right to appoint majority of directors or control the management or policy decisions. Okay, policy level decision, or in whether individually or in concert, or directly or indirectly. Okay, either by virtue of shareholding or management rights or agreements or voting agreements or in any other manner. So whatever may be the thing, it is controlled. De facto means in fact. That is, though on the record, this company is not holding more than one half, still, because it's controlling majority, in fact, it is the holding company, de facto. De jure means on record, in law. De jure. Jure means law. Jurix. Jure means law. De jure means in law. Okay. So when I hold, actually I'm holding 30%, my subsidiary is holding 30%. Or I am personally holding 60%. H Limited, the holding company, is holding 60% of the shares of S Limited. Directly, my de jure subsidiary. Automatic. You also have the concept of wholly owned subsidiary. Wholly. W-H-O-L-L-Y. Wholly. Means pura. Entire 100% of the shares of the subsidiary are held by the holding company. Such a subsidiary is called wholly owned subsidiary. Okay. Slight difference. Certain sections will not apply to wholly owned subsidiaries like that. Some small. So slight difference is there. Otherwise, the law is the same. See, in terms of consolidation, you have to consolidate both. Any subsidiary, you have to consolidate. Whether it is de facto or de jure you have to consolidate. So, Mr. Darshan, have you understood de jure and de facto? Can you confirm? Because see, in a class now, what happens? If I answer a question, I can see your face. And if I see the brightness, I will know, yes, he has understood. But now I cannot see your face. So kindly confirm. If not, you can raise further question. I will definitely answer. See, here is an example. ABC Limited is the holding company. ABC Limited, it is holding 60% of the paid up share capital of BC Limited. So BC Limited becomes de jure subsidiary of ABC. No problem. Now BC Limited is holding 51% of the paid up share capital of XYZ Private Limited. Meaning, a company shall be deemed to be a subsidiary company of the holding company, even if the control is of another subsidiary of the holding company. Here, ABC is the holding company of BC. BC is the holding company of XYZ. Got it? So, by definition, subsidiary of a subsidiary is a subsidiary. Subsidiary of a subsidiary is a subsidiary. BC Limited is a subsidiary. XYZ Private Limited is a subsidiary of BC, becomes a subsidiary of ABC Limited. But that is through indirect control through BC. XYZ Private Limited is called second level subsidiary. XYZ Private Limited becomes a second level subsidiary. Both conditions need not be satisfied. Only either one condition, either one or two, either de facto or de jure. Sometimes both can be satisfied, but not necessary. Even if one is satisfied, enough. Okay. Obviously, boss, suppose I am controlling majority of the shares, automatically I can appoint and remove majority of the directors. So automatically, but basically it's a de jure relationship. In this case, ABC Limited is the de jure holding company of BC. BC is the de jure holding of XYZ. But XYZ becomes subsidiary by definition. Subsidiary of a subsidiary is a subsidiary of the original holding company. So XYZ Private Limited also becomes ABC Limited ka. So the second level subsidiary, which means if you are consolidating, this is called chain holding, where you will have to first roll XYZ into BC, then BC will be rolled into ABC. Finally, consolidated will be only ABC Limited. Okay, beautiful. Moving on. Some points they have said. The expression company includes any body corporate. Here, Visana, for this definition alone, the word company includes body corporate, which means company incorporated outside India is included in the definition. I will tell you what is the implication. Suppose you are an Indian company. You are having a subsidiary in US. Okay. Normally, the definition of the word company does not include company incorporated outside India. Only body corporate will include. So for the purpose of this section alone, they say only for this section alone, 287 and holding company alone, only for these two sections alone, 246 and 287 alone, company includes body corporate. So if you have a foreign subsidiary, that has to be consolidated. Got it? Also, if you have a foreign holding company, that is a holding company for the purpose of Indian law. Though it's a company incorporated outside India. Okay, for the purpose of this subsections, two subsections alone, only for these two subsections, company includes body corporate. See, this is the problem with company law. They will keep on redefining words, specifically defining words. Sometimes the word will be defined only for one section, like that. So be careful. When I'm telling something, note it down and remember it. Layer in relation to holding company means its subsidiary or subsidiaries. So here BC Limited is first layer. XYZ Private Limited is second layer. Now, no company other than a specified company shall have more than two layers. So Below XYZ Private Limited, you cannot have subsidiaries. Only 2 layers are allowed. Exception, where a company is acquiring a company incorporated outside India with more than 2 layers as per the laws of such country, then allowed. So what happens? You are acquiring a company in Belgium. So you are having, you are there. You are having a subsidiary in Belgium, Brussels. That company is your first level subsidiary. That first level subsidiary acquires a Belgium company, another Belgium company. That Belgium company is having 2 more subsidiaries, 2 layers, 2 more layers. In Belgium law, that is allowed. Then exception, where you acquire a company incorporated outside India with subsidiaries below 2 layers, then allowed. Also, certain specified companies like banking company, NBFC, non-banking finance company, insurance company, government company, this 2-layer rule will not apply. Okay. Also, where the shares are held by a company or power is exercisable by it in a fiduciary capacity, that shall not be counted for the purpose of determining holding subsidiary relationship. Fiduciary means they are holding it, let us say, in trust for somebody. They are not the owners. For example, one simple example I'll give you. For the purpose of ESOPs, okay, we may be allotting shares. Okay, those shares are held in by the company in trust. So when that is held in trust, that will not be counted for purpose of calculating. Like that. Okay. This 2-layer restriction is mainly meant to prevent money laundering. Later on, when you come to final, we'll teach you money laundering, not how to do money laundering, why money laundering is bad and preventing money laundering. So in those cases, money laundering happens only by having layers of subsidiaries. See, we keep on confusing the trail. So they said, no, you can have only 2 layers, not more than 2 layers. Exceptions are also there. We will be seeing 1-person company in detail in incorporation. When we study incorporation, we will see 1-person company, how it is to be formed, etc., etc. But for definitional purposes, OPC, 1-person company, meaning OPC. How many members are there? I'm using the word member. Did you notice? I will try my best to avoid the word shareholder. According to me, it is better to use the word member always. Unless in that context, you have to use shareholder. Otherwise, if you are referring to a person who is the owner of shares and whose name is entered in the register of members, please use the word member only. Okay. So, OPC में कितना member है, कितना है, एक ही member है, only 1 member, 1 person. That is why it is called 1-person company. We come to a very important definition. From the exam point of view also could be important, unless this exam they have asked the question, then there is no point. This was amended. This particular section has been amended. With effect from 15/9/22, they have increased this limit for a small company. Correct. Bhumika says 1. Absolutely correct. 1. एक ही है. Now, small company means a company other than a public company. First of all, small company, only private company can be a small company. Public company, even if it is satisfying these conditions, will not become small. See, why the small company definition is there? Because they are exempting small company from a few provisions. Small companies. Also, the fees that they pay is slightly lower. Okay, small company fees is slightly lower. Therefore, they have defined small company here. First of all, means other than a public company. Hey, other than public company, kya hai? Private company only. Chalo. So, other than public company. Please note, a private company which is a subsidiary of a public company is a public company. Don't forget. So, even though the term private may be there, it may not. It may be a public company. That is why they are saying it means a company other than a public company. Suppose they say small company is a company which is a private company. Then it may confuse you because there could be a company which is subsidiary of public company, but it is a private company. So will it be a small company? No, because it is a public company. Deeming, by deeming. We studied that now the other day. The last class we studied now. Sorry. A company which is a subsidiary of a company not being a private shall be deemed to be a public company. So that is why here for small company, they use the word other than public company. And they also, that company should satisfy two conditions. I am putting this and here very correct, very clearly, so that you will not have any doubt. Two conditions have to be satisfied. One, the paid up share capital of which does not exceed 50 lakhs or such higher amount as may be prescribed. So the section says small company means, the section says small company means also the paid up share capital does not exceed 50 lakh rupees or such higher amount as may be prescribed. Now, the power has been given to the central government to prescribe more than 50 lakhs. They will do it through the rules. This is being done through the rules. The SDD rules are there. They will do it through that. They have already done it earlier once. Now again they have done it. They have again increased that number. So now, Abhi, the limit is the paid up share capital should not exceed 4 crores. So the section uses the word 50 lakhs, but they have given power to the central government to increase, to give a higher number. That higher amount which is prescribed now as from 5922 is 4 crores. Okay. Now, the parliament has given to the central government the power to prescribe a higher amount, but they want to put a cap on that power. So they are saying, whatever higher amounts we keep prescribing, that higher amount, at worst case, it cannot be more than 10 crore. So when you reach 10 crore, central government power is stopped. Right now, where are they? Where they have reached? They have reached 4 crore. So suppose another 1 year later, 1.5 years later, they decide to increase it, 8 crore. They can go. 10 crore, that's it. They can't go beyond that. If they want to increase it beyond 10 crore, they have to go back to parliament, amend the law, and then only they can do it. Are you able to understand? So what that section has done, they have prescribed that paid up share capital should not exceed 50 lakhs. Then they said 50 lakhs may become small. So we give you the power to prescribe higher amount. Keep on prescribing. But the amount prescribed at any cost shall not exceed 10 crore. As of now, abhi to 4 crores is prescribed. 5922 say 4 crores. Same way. They have given a similar condition for turnover. Meaning the turnover of which as per P&L account for the immediately preceding financial year. Preceding financial year does not, obviously not, because current turnover, how will I know? I will know only on 31st March. So the turnover of the immediately preceding financial year you have to consider should not exceed 2 crore as per section or such higher amount. Now they have prescribed higher amount 40 crores. So 4 and 40, 4 crore, 40 crore. Easy to remember, no? Here also they have said you can keep on prescribing higher amount, but the maximum you can go is 100 crore. Where are they now? 40 crore. They can keep on going. Up to how much they can go? 100 crore. Okay. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. I'm waiting. Your purpose, what you should remember, for exam point of view, currently paid up share capital limit 4 crore. Currently turnover limit 40 crore. So if the turnover is less than 4 crore and turnover is less than 40 crore and paid up share capital does not exceed 4 crore. It is a small company. Also, nothing in section 2 subsection 85 shall apply to a holding company or a subsidiary company. Means the minute it becomes either a holding company or a subsidiary company, even if it is satisfying this condition, it is not small company. Similarly, section 8 company will never come under the definition of small company. We will see what is section 8 company later. A company or body corporate governed by any special act, that will not come under small company. Even though it may satisfy these conditions, even though it is a private company, if it is governed by some special act, it cannot be small company. Section 8 company, not small company. If it is a holding company or a subsidiary company, cannot be small company. Okay. Now, Sudhanshu Shekhar is asking, which one to consider, 4 crore or 10 crore? Because 10 crore is not a limit. 10 crore is the upper limit up to which the central government can prescribe in future. Up to 10 crore they can go. As of today, they have only prescribed 4 crores. Now you tell me which I should take, 4 crore or 10 crore. As of today, they have prescribed 4 crores as the higher amount. If they want, they can go up to 10, but they have not gone. As of now, it is only 4. Similarly, if they want, they can go up to 100 crore for turnover limit. But as of now, they have gone only up to 40. Now you tell me, sir, which one to consider, 4 crore or 10 crore? You tell me. I have explained to you now. Now you tell me, which should be considered, 4 crore or 10 crore? Okay. So most students have this doubt. It's always a possibility. They get, well, I don't know why they have done this section like this. They can as well say, what they want to do is, they want to put a cap on the government, central government's power to prescribe higher amount. That cap is 10 crore and 100 crore. As of now, it is 4 and 40. I know, if some of you are very easily understood, you will feel a little unhappy with me. Why you are, I will do it, sir. One more point, please don't forget, and meaning both should be satisfied. Suppose turnover is more than 40 crore, paid up capital less than 4 crore. Sorry, not a small company. Paid up capital more than 4 crore, turnover less than 40 crore. Sorry, not a small company. Kyun? Because the word used here is and. And is the conjunctive. When the word and is used, both have to be satisfied. When the word and is used, both have to be satisfied. Correct, 4 crore. Now I think everybody clearly understood. Now, as per the P&L account of the previous year ending 31st March 2019, yes, private limited, its turnover was 1.5 crores and paid up share capital was 40 lakhs. It is holding 51%. H Limited is holding 51% of the paid up share capital. Can S Private Limited be classified as a small company? See, otherwise it's satisfying now. Turnover is less than 4 crore, now 1.5. Paid up share capital is only 40 lakhs as against 4 crores. So definitely it's a small company, but unfortunately it is a subsidiary. So S Private Limited cannot be categorized as a small company because it is a subsidiary of another company. What if H Limited also satisfies small company definition? Nothing. Even if both are satisfying, still they are not small company because this definition nothing in this definition shall apply to holding or subsidiary company. Got it? Thank you. Moving on. These are some questions I think asked in the exam. Check out. MNP Private Limited is a company registered under the Companies Act 2013 with a paid up share capital of 80 lakhs and turnover of 50 crores as per the previous year's P&L account. Can MNP Private Limited avail the status of company? See, paid up share capital, I can see as of any date also. Because all I need to see is, as of today, what is your paid up share capital? I can find out. But turnover, I can't. That I have to check up as per the previous year's P&L. Now, can MNP Private Limited avail the status of small company? See, it has to satisfy both the conditions. That is, the paid up share capital should be less than 4 crores. It is there. 80 lakhs is less than 4 crores. And the turnover should be less than 40 crore. Here it is 50 crore. So, since both the conditions have to be satisfied, it is not a small company. Will your answer be different if it is turnover is 35? Yes, because then both the criteria will be fulfilled and MNP Limited can avail the status of small company. Correct. See, Ishanji, your answer is not wrong. But you know what you should stress in the exam while writing the answer? See the words I have given in red. Both the criteria should be satisfied, because the examiner wants to know if you are familiar with that concept. Both have to be satisfied. So, of course, you should mention that the turnover exceeds the 40 crore limit. Although the paid up share capital limit is satisfied, since both the conditions are to be satisfied, MNP Limited cannot avail the status of small company. Got it? So please understand that and is used. See, when you write like that now, you'll get more marks. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay. If you write one line answer or no, it is not small company, you will get marks. But not if you argue it well, you'll get more marks. Okay. Roma, along with her 6 friends, I think you might have seen this in the Institute RTP or something. I think it's in the Roma, along with her 6 friends, has incorporated Roma Trading Limited in May 2019. The paid up share capital of the company is 3 crores. Further, in April 2020, she noticed in the last financial year, the turnover of the company was well below 40 crore. Wow. What a great lady. Advise whether the company can be treated as a small company. How are you going to advise Roma? See, they have given you 4 options. Reading the 4 options itself is going to take you time, yeah. Let alone, and for all this effort, you are going to take for what? 2 marks. For this, you can actually write answers and go descriptively. Instead of struggling with MCQ, you can as well write answers. Okay. See, going back to our language point, even if some of you are going to write in Hindi, no problem. Writing in Hindi is allowed. You can take this examination in Hindi. Hindi is also one of our Rajya Bhasha, Rashtra Bhasha and Rajya Bhasha. So what you can do is, but remember, whether you are writing in Hindi or whether you are writing in English, the way you write is important. The articulation of the words, whichever language, okay, that is important. The way the answer is presented should be clear. Got it? Irrespective of language, I am telling this. Okay. So I am not going to read it for you. You just say, oh, Roma Trading is definitely a small company. Wow. Since its paid up share capital is much below 4 crore. Okay. The concept of small company is applicable. Let's see if you have an answer. Only in case of private limited, and therefore, despite meeting the criteria, unlike a private limited company, OPC, which automatically becomes, as soon as it meets the criteria, Roma Trading being a public, has to maintain the norms applicable to a small company continuously for 2 years. What bullshit. See, the way they have given this, it looks so convincing. No, oh, maybe there is some provision like that. Nothing like that. C is bullshit. If all the shareholders of Roma Trading Limited give an undertaking to the ROC, wow, stating that they will not let the thing exceed. Yo, super bullshit. C and D are absolute bullshit. A is wrong. B is the correct answer. 1B is the correct answer. So the clue is that it's Roma Trading Limited, public company. Abhilasha and Amrita have incorporated a not-for-profit private limited company, which is registered under Section 8 of the Companies Act, 2013. one of their friends has informed them that their company can be categorized as a small company because as per the last P&L account, 40 crores and paid up capital less than 4 crores. Advice. I think look for that where it says Section 8 company cannot be covered. So C is the correct answer. Now, the status of small company cannot be bestowed upon a not-for-profit company which is registered under Section 8 of the Companies Act 2013. So for this 2, the answer is, for 2, the answer is see how D they are given further bullshit. A Section 8 company, if incorporated as a private company and not as a public company, can avail the status of a small company with the permission of ROC. C is the correct answer. That's a good one. Thank you for pointing it out, Ishan. See, only from 15/6 this. So I should change this year also to 23 March. Good. Thank you, Ishanji. Thank you. That is why, I do not share these PowerPoints unless I am satisfied. Thank you, Ishan. Now what happens? Now are you happy? Bestowed means given. To give, bestow. It's a very, very flowery way of saying to give. Kindly bestow your blessings on me. Means kindly give your blessings to me. Give. Okay. Dena, giving, bestowing. Okay. So it's a very flowery language. Bestowed. Only big people will bestow. So when you go to some chachaji, you say, kindly bestow on me your blessings. Bestowed. So like that. Bestowing. Cannot see. See, I'm sorry. I'm not even going to attempt to correct these words. Whatever they say. Bestowed means to give. So the status of small company cannot be given to a not-for-profit company. That's what it means. Bestowed upon means given to. Okay. Very good. Moving on. Government company, just because I'm covering types of companies and we may come across the term government company, I'm defining. This is not defined here in definitions. It will come in final syllabus only. Okay, but since it is a term used even in the earlier portion in your syllabus, I am giving definition. Not relevant for exam, but relevant for knowledge. Sirf knowledge ke liye. So any company in which, so what is a government company? Any company in which not less than 51% of the paid up capital is held by central government, any state government or governments, or partly by central government and partly by one or more state governments. So not less than 51% is held by CG or SG or one or more state government, means government of Karnataka and government of Tamil Nadu together holding. Kaveri Development Corporation Limited, whatever. There's no such company, imaginary company. So Tamil Nadu government 50%, Kerala government, Karnataka government 50%, or Tamil Nadu government 30, Karnataka government 30, public 40, something like that. Whatever it is. Governments together or partly by central government and partly by one or more state governments, that is a government company. Subsidiary of government company is a government company. Correct. You might have learned it in foundation also. Still, my duty, I'm covering it now. Kindly don't mistake. Since you have already covered it in foundation, can you give the answer for this? The shareholding pattern of Bharat Biogas Limited. Again, an imaginary company. There is no company called Bharat Biogas. But though there is a company called NTECL. Okay. NTECL is there. It is a government company joint between Tangetco and NTPC. NTECL. National Thermal Electrification Corporation Limited or something like that. NTECL. But Bharat Biogas, no, it is an imaginary company. Company owned by foreign government. No. This is only Indian. Only Indian. One more thing. If you want to incorporate a company in which foreign government is going to be a shareholder, Baba, you need to go to our great Mr. Amit Shah. Home Ministry matter there. A Home Ministry ka matter. You cannot have. If you want to have an Indian company in which foreign government is going to be a shareholder, it has to be approved by the Ministry of Home Affairs, Ministry of Defense. Everybody has to go through it. It's a solid activity. And invariably, such a case, our government of India will also be a shareholder there. So this has nothing to do with foreign governments and all. Don't go there. It's only Indian. Central government means Indian central government. State government, Indian. No foreign government. Okay. Got it? Foreign government cannot own company in India. So later on, you will understand. It will affect the sovereignty of the Indian country. They won't allow. Foreign company can hold, but not foreign government. Rarely. There may be a few, but it will be very tough to do it. The company should be something beneficial to us. The benefit to the citizens of India should be tremendous. Only then they will allow the Japanese government to own shares and all here. It's easier for the Japanese government. See, let's say Japan wants to have, it's better now for the Japanese government to invest in a Japanese company, and that Japanese company will make this company a subsidiary. That is easier. Why Japanese government should come and act? Is it a government? It is a government company. Darshan says it is a government company. Kavita says yes. Adya says no. Kausalya says no. Arya says no. Yes. Varsha says yes. Majority wins. So it is not Bharat Biogas. Bharat Biogas is a government company. Unfortunately, in exam, majority cannot be. You have to see the logic. Okay. Logic is either central government or state government or combination of central government and one or more state governments should hold more than 51%. Or a government company singly in its own name, it should hold more than 51, more than 50. Either that or this. Here, see what is happening. Central government having only 30%. State having only 50. So together 45 only. NTECL, a government company is holding 30%. Nothing will happen because of that. So, definition not satisfied. Bharat Biogas Limited is not a government company. That is the correct answer. Got it? So, those of you who gave the answer not a government company have given the correct answer. Those of you who said it is a government company may want to try to understand the principle better. See, Confucius, a famous Chinese philosopher, he says, to know what I know and to know what I do not know, that is knowledge. To know what I know and to know what I do not know, that is knowledge. So, many times, students say, I know that, sir. I know that, sir. But do I know it really? Sometimes I ask myself, do I know things? Have I really understood? So I go back and I read. I get a new understanding. Are you able to understand? So, read again. With calmer mind, you will get better idea or intelligent people. Clever people, smart people, intelligent. No. CA is for logical people. CA is for people who are slow. CA is for people who are willing to understand. CA is for people who lay the foundation strong and build 40 floors above that. Not for quick, chick. Very intelligent people are there. They will speak. They will tell, yes, sir, that's sir. CA is not for them. The CA exam will defeat them. Because small point they will miss. And that's it. So, My humble suggestion to you, don't take me otherwise. Just to give you this input. Be careful. Go slow. Nothing wrong in being slow. You sitting in the exam hall, Ram Sekar, there is 3 hours you got. No need to hurry. Like that. No. Read. Understand. Read again. Maybe you will understand better. Now write the answer. See how your answer will improve. Humble suggestion to you. Especially in theory paper. Why only in theory? Even in accounting paper. See, you will read a problem, you will start working out. Suddenly you will see one adjustment entry is there, 6th adjustment entry. That will have an impact on the first line, where then you have to go back, scratch it out. Similarly, I am a bit of a fool. What I will do, I will not put everything in ink. I will always use only pencil. Initially, I will use only pencil for all the numericals, number part. And once I am comfortable, I am sure 100%, then I will take my fountain pen and I will use my fountain pen and I will ink it. You understand? I know I sound very boring, very slow. Some of you are so fast, so intelligent. You will feel unhappy. This fellow Buddha hai, so fool. Buddhu or Buddha. Fellow is like that. Absolutely, I am Buddhu. Maybe I am also Buddha. But slow and steady wins the race. Right? Please take this very seriously. Sometimes when I meet persons who have not been able to clear the exam, first attempt may, what I see is not fools. What I see is not people who are not intelligent. What I see is extremely intelligent people. Sorry to say this. They are the people who find it. They get so frustrated. They get angry. Sir, I am so intelligent. How this exam I can fail? They like that. Absolutely, you are very intelligent. But go slow. Go slow. Okay. Sorry for this unnecessarily elaborate advisory session, but mainly meant to give you an insight. Correct. NTEC is not a, yes, boss. Now you are getting into the next level of, difficulty. That is, the section is clear. Everybody has understood it. You have not understood it. You have given an answer that is wrong, but you are arguing now. Sir, subsidiary of a government company is a government company. That means NTECL should hold how much percentage? If it's a real class, I'll make you answer this question. You will get the point. If you, as you say, it's a government company. In order to become a subsidiary of NTECL, NTECL should hold 51. It is holding only 30. So Bharat Biogas is not a subsidiary of a government company. So therefore, otherwise, what's the other condition? Either central government or state government or partly by central government, they should. Okay. Here, central government and state government together holding only 45. Therefore, it is not a government company. Got it? So, nothing wrong in being wrong, Mr. Darshan, but everything wrong in not learning from being wrong. I repeat, nothing wrong in being wrong, but everything wrong in not learning from what we did wrong. I have made many mistakes in my life. Proudly, I'm telling you. I have never been always right. I have been wrong. But every time I made a wrong decision, I went back and I learned from it. And I did not waste my time arguing with people and saying what I did is right. I understood that I'm wrong. Simple proof. How to say I'm wrong? If I'm right, I will get what I want now. Since I'm not getting what I want, then something that I'm doing is wrong. Identifying that itself is a great step ahead, Baba. All you need to do is to stop doing that wrong thing and start doing the right thing, moving on with our life. This point is not addressed to Mr. Darshan alone. I'm sure there are a lot more people out there not communicating through the query pad. All of you take this from me. Okay? Nothing wrong in being wrong. Once in a while you can be wrong, but you can't be wrong every time. That means that you're not thinking at all and doing. Not like that. Once in a while when we do make a mistake, learn, change, grow, move on. Boss, Sushil Kumar Barik, I'm so sorry. I cannot do anything about it, Marniki. I'm caught today. Also, I'm caught in this mess. Usually, I'll take this class only from my office where I have slightly higher bandwidth. Today, I'm taking it from my residence because it's Saturday. I came home a little early and I'm taking it from my residence in T Nagar, which is somewhere in India. And so there I am not able to, my house connectivity is a little weak. So sorry about that. Inshallah, God only. That's why I said Sahana Bhavatu. Sahana Bhavatu means, see, we greet each other. I greet you and salute you, and I pray that our learning should be, common learning should be great, that we should learn from each other. Okay, and that we should not have any disturbance. That's what Sahana Bhavatu actually means. And Tejas Vina Vadita Mastu means, let our mutual brilliance grow with this session of learning. The teacher also should become intelligent. The student also should become intelligent. That is the mutually, beneficial. Chalo. Thank you, Darshan, for understanding and helping me out. Thank you. And good show. Moving on. Listed company means a company which has any of its securities listed on any recognized stock exchange. Humble request to all of you, bear with this slight, voice problem. Bear with it today. I will take only from my office and I will not come home. I will come after 8:30. I will come home. Okay. So only today you bear with. Okay, listed company means a company which has any of its securities listed on any recognized stock exchange. Okay, I'm going to do a small thing now. Okay, we'll finish this listed company and then we'll have a small break. Public companies which have not listed their equity shares on a recognized stock exchange, but issued on private placement basis in terms of SEBI regulations. Non-convertible redeemable preference shares issued on private placement basis. Okay, both categories of 1 and 2 above. Private companies which have listed their non-convertible debt securities. Public companies whose equity shares are exclusively listed on a stock exchange in a foreign or other specific jurisdiction as specified in section 23(3) of the Act. Okay, these 3 categories are not listed companies. Please be careful. Public companies which have, public company has not issued shares to the public. Public companies have not issued shares to the public, but they have issued non-convertible debentures or non-convertible bond or non-convertible redeemable preference share. Non-convertible means, later on we'll see share capital debenture. I will tell you more about conversion. Basically, non-convertible means they will be repaid, redeemed. Money will be given back. At the time of closure, money will be given. They will not be allotted equity shares. Conversion means converting debenture into equity share or converting preference share into equity share. That will not happen. These are NCD or NCP, non-convertible preference share, NCPS or NCD. But still, under SEBI guideline, when a public company issues NC debt securities and all, it has to get itself rated and list its debentures on a stock exchange. Merely because it is listed non-convertible debt or non-convertible redeemable preference shares, it will not be treated as listed company. Similarly, private company which is listing its non-convertible debt security. This is the only case where a private company will have its securities listed. Because if it is going to go for convertible debt security, it will cease to be a private company because it would amount to making an offer to the public, which is prohibited. So, but simply making a non-convertible debt security, getting it listed, will not make the private company a listed company. Also, is listed in a foreign stock exchange, not covered. Okay. Oh, thank you. Okay, nice. Somebody, absolutely. Thank you. Moving on. Well, small break. 125. Max price 735. Max by 40. 740. Sir, break. Sir. Thank you. Welcome back from your well-deserved break. Today we are being plagued by this type of, issues, net connectivity and all. But almost we are coming to a sort of fag end. We are going to, but still we have some cover to cover. Let's see if anybody has raised any queries. Okay. So today, now we will see definition of related party. Friends, this topic, related party, 100% in your intermediate, it has no connection. You will never come across this term again in your inter syllabus. You will, next time you hear this definition, it will be when you come to section 188 in the final syllabus. That too, by the time you come, it will be self-paced module. So you will not even read it immediately. But still, for the purpose of definition, it is 2 subsection 76, related party. Meaning, section 188 talks about transactions between related parties. I'm sure you heard of related parties, like transfer pricing is there in income tax, where associated enterprise, where there's some connection, where there's some relationship, it is called related party. So 2 subsection 76 defines the term related party. So who is a related party? First, I'm going to see there are easily 9 levels of related party, 9 types of examples. This is simple. Director or his relative is related to the company, is a related party. So if the company is going to enter into any transaction with its director or director's relative, that is party transaction. So any transaction with a related, I will cry because again it says your internet connection is unstable. What to do? Anyway, yeah, as Darshan rightly says, in accounting standard also, there is something called related party transaction, RPT, for the under accounting standard 18. And I think I'm sure Ind AS is also there. I'm not able to remember the number of the Ind AS, but I'm sure you know it. So the point is, everywhere, in fact, this related party concept, section 188 in Companies Act mein hai, or Ind AS mein hai, or income tax bhi mein hai. For example, you have international transfer pricing, you have domestic, and each are alag hai. Each one is different from the other. You have to know under each one how it is done. Here, for the purpose of Companies Act, MCA compliance. In your final audit, you have to ensure whether there is any related party transaction. If so, what is the procedure, compliance, disclosure, everything. Then you have to see AS 18 or Ind AS. Then you have to see for income tax because you may have to file the TP return, 10 EAC, all that. I'm sorry, what is that? 3CA, 3, I forget it, 3CEB. All sorts of forms and procedures. What the subject we are studying, CA, and advising clients, advising companies. Okay. Yeah, yeah. 1 second. Okay. Friends, this today's class is becoming a little nightmarish for me. I'm sure for you also. So again, I don't think today this mantra is going to work. Let's see. I'll anyway quickly cover this topic and then I'll move on. So KMP is a related party. KMP means Chief Executive Officer, Company Secretary, Whole-Time Director, CFO, such other officer as may be prescribed. This definition also we might see it later, part of definition. KMP is defined in the definitional section. Key managerial personnel. KMP means key managerial personnel. That is people who are running this company, the day-to-day management people, CEO, company secretary. Once you complete your CA and join a large organization, so CFO and such other officer as may be prescribed. This KMP. Third, firm in which director, manager or his relative is a partner. Firm in which director, manager or his relative is a partner. So there is a firm. In that firm, the company is a direct partner, or manager of the company is a partner, or relative of both eight of them is a partner. Okay. A private company in which director or manager or his relative is a member or director. So see how it is moving. First, company, director or relative. Then company, KMP or relative. Then company, director of the company or manager or his relative is a partner in a firm. Now company, director of the company or manager or any of the relative is a member or director in a private company. In a private company. Now, there is a public company in which the director or manager of this company is a director. So there is a public company, director or manager of this company where we are seeing auditing or whatever. This gentleman is a director there and holding more than 2% of the paid up share capital, whether singly or along with relatives. Okay. So this man is a director. I'll give a name. I think it will be easier. Huh? Let us say that this company is A Limited. This is A Limited. Now A Limited has a director, Mr. D. Now D is a director here. And D is holding 5% of the shares of this company. Then this company party of this company. But two conditions are satisfied. And Friends, today there seems to be a lot of disturbance, possibly due to weather conditions. And every time I'm going into the topic, it is making your learning experience is getting affected. Permit me to close today. I will just close the session. Don't worry. In the next class, maybe we will not have a break and we will go on for another, say, till 8:45 or so, or 8:50. We will cover the balance portion of today's topic and we will start incorporation, which would be that. This class will be on today, 24, so 27, 29. The next class is on 1st of July, when I will cover this topic and then I will start incorporation of companies. So sorry for the inconvenience caused and look forward to interacting with you in the next. Sir, shall I anyway try once more? One more chance? Let us see. What I will do, friends, I will try. Let us see how it works. If one more time I'm disconnected, not try again, we will complete the topic in the next class. I'm extremely sorry for the inconvenience caused. Pakka covered in the next class. It's not that I will skip it. So those of you who are going, don't go. Wait. We'll see if power is there. That's why, invariably I say, no, don't go, Darshan, don't go. Wait. That's why I say, just like, elements are there. We have fire, air, Vayu is there, Agni is there, Indra is there, the God of internet. God, of course, that God only will protect us from internet connections. Okay. So as a practicing Hindu, I can pray to everything. I can pray to the 5 elements. And next class I will pray and then only will come so that this problem will not happen. Chalo, enough. We'll move on. Quickly, director or manager, okay, of this company, he is giving advice to this board of directors, which is basically chamcha fellows. So this company, that the other company is, a related party. The body corporate is a related party. Okay. So, another concept. Any person who is giving advice or directions and instructions to this company director or manager, he becomes a related party for this. Any person, no connection, nothing, but according to him. See, this is a very powerful where Benami transaction. See, this guy, that any person is obviously using the company to hide. And he is giving instruction to some people who are obeying. So this guy is a related person. Point is, finally the money has to go out of this company to him. Somehow that transaction will become a related party transaction. Similarly here, there will be a relationship between them. That will be treated as a related party transaction. Only one exception. This advice etc., which is given, if it is a professional in nature, if it is a professional capacity, then there is no related party. For example, if this guy is an advocate giving